Hello and welcome back to a brand new segment of Nintendo News, reacting to last week's top, in my opinion, top news of everything and all things Nintendo. We're starting off with some bad news. Nintendo to face another class action lawsuit for Switch Joy-Con drift. But hey, it's the first of 2021. All these news stories are coming from NintendoLife.com. They say it's now been nearly 4 years since the Nintendo Switch was released, and it seems Joy-Con drift issues persist. In the latest development, Lambert Advocates Inc., a law firm located in Quebec, Canada, has filed a Joy-Con drift class action lawsuit application on 15th January 2021, and is now waiting for a judge to authorize the proceedings. The firm describes the drift of the Switch on analog sticks as a hidden defect, states how it violates terms in the Local Consumer Protection Act, and is seeking restitution. This application seeks to obtain compensation for all Quebec consumers who bought the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite gaming systems, as well as Joy-Con and Nintendo Switch Pro controllers. The firm also has a forum on its website allowing Switch owners located in Quebec to detail their own Joy-Con drift issues. Last month, Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser was queried about Joy-Con drift and mentioned how the company was always closely inspecting what was being sent in for repair to get a better understanding of what's going on in order to make necessary improvements. Yeah, honestly, I'm not really surprised by this, and to be honest, as consumers, it's our right to sue Nintendo when this issue is still happening. The Joy-Cons that came with my Nintendo Switch, I got the red and blue Joy-Con Switch, and I think it's the red Joy-Cons on the left hand, like left hand Joy-Cons. It has Joy-Con drift, and it sucks, and you can actually see it in my playthrough series of Kirby Star Allies. Yeah, Joy-Con drift sucks. I had to buy brand new Joy-Cons. Nintendo did send me a letter with the packaging details when to send it back, and I never sent it back. That's on me, but it's still happening, and this is what Nintendo needs to do. They need to give a lot of time and money and resources to the R&D team, and they need to give consumers updates to how this problem will be fixed, and kind of a timeline of when and how the problem can be fixed. I just feel like this problem is going to be here forever, the Switch and its life cycle. I don't know. Joy-Cons, if they were third party, that would be one thing, but it's Nintendo brand, and that's what makes me upset a bit, because it's from Nintendo. I don't think I've ever witnessed a controller like of the mass magnitude that Joy-Con drift has made players experience besides the Joy-Cons. Also, another thing too, Nintendo Switch Lites, yeah, if those have Joy-Con drift, that whole system is done for. You have to send the whole system to Nintendo, and it's just ridiculous. I hate to see that Nintendo's getting sued, but this kind of stuff, yeah, you should be sued upon, and like I said, you need to give out updates to when this problem will be fixed. I just don't understand how this issue is still going on. This issue should have died in 2018, 2019, in my opinion. Speaking of bad news, if you're a hacker and cheater, the Pokemon Company needs to crack down on Sword, Shield, and Home users who modify save data in new ban wave. More measures will also be imposed if necessary. NintendoLife.com reports the Pokemon Company appears to be getting ready to lay down the law again, with what's been described as a new ban wave. According to Cerebi.net, naughty users of Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Home are the targets, with some players on notice for using altered data, and others are causing issues by impairing the functions of games and apps for other users. Players who are caught with modified save data will be banned from using training features and will no longer have access to Home. It follows an agreement in terms of the service prohibiting modification of save data. Save data modification, for example, can include adding Pokemon to the game that you didn't actually catch. Bans can either be temporary or permanent, and the Pokemon Company plans to take the same course of action in the future. It will also put more measures in place if required. This isn't the first time it's done something like this either. It's previously dished out bans for players who were deliberately disconnecting from online battles, which, by the way, you should be banned from online battles if you constantly disconnect, because you know you're going to lose and you can't take the loss. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. This news doesn't really surprise me, because I remember about 8 months ago, this is before Zarude was even in the game. Like, the code of Zarude, the mythical jungle monkey, whatever its Pokemon species is known as, before he was even in the game, but the code was, and we knew what he looked like and what typing he was, you had people hacking him in. However, it wasn't him, because he wasn't available to be made. So I don't know if the hacked version of Zarude has the same moves and even special abilities as the Zarude that the Pokemon Company gave out. But yeah, I just remember people like just posting that in like in the local Pokemon Go Discord group that I'm still a part of, and of course we were all angry at this individual because they would capture Zarude like that, also go up against them in max raid battles, which you cannot do, and then they would get like 999 rare candies, 999 XL candies, this and this, and yeah, I think that person got banned. But still, I mean, come on. I've said this before, if you use cheating devices or hacking devices for just a single player game, sure, that's on you for missing out on the experience. But if you're using it to, you know, gain the edge in multiplayer, yeah, you have every single right to be banned, and I'm sorry, I just think you're a loser. So, also in Pokemon news, Nintendo Creatures Inc. and Game Freak registered trademarks for Pokemon Wonder and Fusion Arts. Don't get too excited though. Nintendo Life says on 27th February, Pokemon will celebrate 25 years since the release of the original Game Boy titles in Japan, the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. In the lead up to this big event, Nintendo, Creatures Inc. and Game Freak have registered new trademarks for Pokemon Wonder and Fusion Arts in Japan. Before you start speculating, Pokemon Wonder covers food, beverage, education, food/accommodation, while Fusion Arts is linked to games, toys, and playthings and might be something to do with the Pokemon trading card game. We don't find out more about the trademarks next month. Perhaps we'll hear something about the rumored return of the 4th generation games, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool. I mean, of course, it's the 25th anniversary, so Nintendo, Game Freak, Creatures Inc., Pokemon Company, they're all going to go all out for Pokemon. However, when it comes to like food, beverage, education, all that, I don't think Nintendo, unless it's like on the Switch or 3DS or some past Nintendo system, I don't think Nintendo will have that much of a play in it since it's not really related to Nintendo stuff. Yeah, it's cool. I think that's awesome to see. Maybe like food and beverage stuff, like, I don't know, popsicles out of the shape of Pikachu or Squirtle or some other type of ice type Pokemon. It would be actually really cool to have like a Vanillite type of ice cream that's just, you know, centered around a Vanillite because, you know, he's an ice cream. Fusion Arts was Pokemon trading card game. I don't think that would be like a return to like the trading card video game that was back on the Nintendo 64 or no, the Game Boy. I don't think it would be back to that. I think that'd be really cool. I think that they could do a lot with it. I just don't see it happening though. The trading card games of themselves, they make so much money just based off of one pack. I believe a pack here in the States is like $4.99 or something like that. It's some of the more expensive trading cards to get, especially more expensive than Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that's for sure. And speaking of another Nintendo anniversary, this Metroid set could be officially reviewed by LEGO with your votes. Update: LEGO Ridley added to the mix. So the original article from NintendoLife.com says, thanks to the recent Super Mario range, official Nintendo LEGO is now finally a thing, but fan-made designs hoping to catch LEGO's attention are still as popular as ever. LEGO Ideas, a site where fans can submit their own creations, has helped budding LEGO builders to get designs based on Zelda, Sonic, and even Untitled Goose Game considered for official releases. Now support is going for another fan-made project, this time based on none other than Metroid. Including a custom Samus minifigure and her iconic gunship, the set comes with adjustable parts that let you relive the action from the game. You can remove the windscreen to access the cockpit, adjust pads on the top to land the ship, and even open a secret door to drop Samus as a morph ball. As always with these idea projects, the creation needs to gather 10,000 votes to be considered by LEGO's team. At the time of writing, it stands at just over 4,800, so getting it over the halfway line seems pretty doable. And then there was an update. We're happy to report that since our original article was posted yesterday, see below, the fan-made Metroid LEGO project has been catapulted from around 4,800 votes to a whopping 8,900, just 1,000 or so away from hitting the goal required to be considered by LEGO. Thanks to the new votes, a number of updates have been posted, which show off a variety of newly announced products that would make up the full set. That includes the Galactic Federation gunship and several forms of Ridley. Seriously, just sign us up right now. So it's cool because if you head over to the project page, it already has 10,000 votes. So now it just trying to get LEGO, like the company LEGO, their attention so this could become a reality. I think this would be really cool, especially for Metroid's anniversary this year. It's just other marketing and brand deals that I think would be a really cool thing to see. Hopefully it becomes a reality, because man, I wouldn't mind getting this. I still need to get the Mario LEGO set, but it looks really, really good. And finally, our last story for this news segment. It's kind of a short news segment. Random. Game Newell says Shigeru Miyamoto's games made him a better developer. Of course they did. Nintendo Life says one industry leader that's never released a video game on a Nintendo platform is the American developer and publisher Valve. Despite this, the company's founder, Game Newell, is still a big fan of Mario's creator. In a recent interview with outlet One News, Newell was asked if he still regularly played games himself and took a brief moment in between conversations about Apex Legends and Cyberpunk 2077 to praise Shigeru Miyamoto. Playing Miyamoto's games is like, one, they're a lot of fun, but I can't think of any of his games I've ever played that didn't make me better as a game developer. A few years ago, it was reviewed by Gabe's son. Now, he and his father actually visited Nintendo's headquarters in Japan and played Super Mario Galaxy alongside Miyamoto. The two video game legends apparently spoke about a joint project at the time, but it was super casual and nothing ever came of it in the end. Newell is obviously not the first high-profile developer to pay tribute to Nintendo's most famous employee. Even Nintendo's own employees are so excited and inspired by him. Gabe is best known for Half-Life series and his digital distribution game service Steam. It is currently living in New Zealand due to the state of the pandemic in America. I think that's a really cool story to end off on, because Gabe Newell, as just stated, creator of Half-Life and even the platform Steam, respects and admires Shigeru Miyamoto. I think it's really cool that him and his son actually played Super Mario Galaxy with Miyamoto. I'm assuming this was when Galaxy first came out, about over a decade ago, so I think that's really cool. I think it would have been awesome to see an idea with Valve and Nintendo be like a Nintendo exclusive game, but I feel like Steam at that time was rising up in the ranks, and it, to me, wouldn't make any sense. But I think that's really cool. It's really awesome to see developers pay homage to Miyamoto and even Nintendo as a whole, because, you know, Nintendo games are so good. They're so good. They're just an amazing type of experiences in whatever games you play. So, yep, that's all the stories that we have for you this week. It was kind of a slow news week, and hopefully it'll start picking up here in the next couple of weeks. Nintendo still has a lot of things to announce, and there's still a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Nintendo and the Switch. This week, I am releasing my Nintendo 2021 predictions think piece later on this week, and then I will jump back onto using video games as a workout tool next Sunday. And yeah, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will be wrapping up, and we play part of the Wii Revolution will commence. That means we're one step closer to starting our Pokemon playthrough series of 2021 to celebrate Pokemon's 25th anniversary. So with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, comment about all the news that just happened or these news stories. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.